Hello BookTube, welcome back to my 2026 library tour. In this episode, mostly Habsburgs, although I'm going to begin with more German history. So let's get started, and hopefully this video will upload unlike the first time I tried to make this video. So first up is The Coming of the Third Reich by Richard J. Evans. This is the first book in a trilogy that looks at the history of Nazi Germany. I tried to read this back in 2024 and really should have been the book that said that I'm probably losing interest in history. Next is Aftermath, Life in the Fallout of the Third Reich, 1945 to 1955 by Harold Yarner, translated from the German by Sean Whiteside. So this is a thematic history of the first 10 years of post-Second World War Germany. And since it is a thematic history, it is a fairly difficult history. Yarner's style takes some getting used to. It was shortlisted for the Kundal History Prize a few years ago, although did not make the finalist 3. Next is Beyond the Wall, A History of East Germany by Katja Hoyer. This is a book with a mixed reputation. Some critics love it, others don't. I have not gotten around to it yet, and I don't know if I ever will. The Holy Roman Empire by Trevor Bryce. This is an exit library copy I picked up probably well over 10 years ago. It is a deacquisition from the Wickham McLennan County Library, although I could have sworn I've had this book far longer, that I'd actually picked it up from my university when they got rid of some books. But since it's a Wickham McLennan County one, I must have picked it up at one of the Friends at the Library sale. Oh, wait. And next is The Holy Roman Empire, A Short History by Barbara Stolberg-Rillinger, translated from the German by Yair Minsker. So this is a very, very slim introduction to the Holy Roman Empire. It's okay. A bigger and more thematic history of the Holy Roman Empire is Heart of Europe by Peter H. Wilson. I tried to read this a few years ago and it didn't work out, which makes you wonder why the hell I bought The 30 Years' War, Europe's Tragedy by Peter H. Wilson. This is a big biography of Maria Theresa, the Habsburg Empress in her time, by Barbara Stolberg-Rillinger, translated from the German by Robert Savage. So this is probably for the foreseeable future the definitive biography of Maria Theresa. It is absolutely massive. It is a little dry, but when I read it back in 2021 or 2022, I really enjoyed it, although were I to give it a reread now or in the foreseeable future, my opinion probably will not be as glowing. I also have Maria Theresa, Empress by Richard Bassett. This is a more recent a biography from Yale. Have not gotten to it yet. Another Maria Theresa biography. This is In the Shadow of the Empress. The Defiant Lives of Maria Theresa, mother of Marie Antoinette and her daughters, by Nancy Goldstone. Which is a really bad subtitle, because as far as I can tell, the book is mostly about Maria Theresa. But then it's like, The Defiant Lives of Maria Theresa, mother of Marie Antoinette and her daughters. Which, really, the Marie Antoinette part probably should have been knocked out, and it should have been The Defiant Lives of Maria Theresa and her daughters. Because otherwise it could be like the mother of Marie Antoinette and Marie Antoinette's daughters. So it's like... Anyway. I did try to read this last year, and it did not work out. I lost interest. So next is The Habsburg Empire, A New History by Peter M. Judson. So this is a history of the Habsburg Empire from the Maria Theresa's successor up through to the end of the empire. And during this period, the Holy Roman Empire was dissolved, and a new empire, that was effectively the Habsburg Empire, took its place in the areas that were under Habsburg sort of monarchy, while the other German states went on and did their own thing, and eventually formed the German Empire. I also have a history of the Habsburg dynasty, The Habsburgs to Rule the World by Martin Reddy. This is a pretty good history of the Habsburgs from their origins in the 13th century, I think. Because I think the family began to come to prominence in about the 1230s or so in what is now Switzerland, and then eventually inherited Austria, Bohemia, Hungary, and other parts of Europe. And so it's from these origins through to the end of the Habsburg Empire. The book doesn't really look at what the contemporary Habsburgs are up to, which includes race car driving. Another book by Martin Reddy is The Middle Kingdoms, A New History of Central Europe, which focuses a lot on the Habsburgs, but also on the rest of Germany, Poland, the Slavic lands, this sort of thing. This is not as good as the Habsburgs. I didn't particularly enjoy it. So that wraps up this shelf. Tomorrow there will be 2 more works of German history before I move on to Russia. So look forward to that, and I will see you tomorrow, BookTube. So until then, thank you, and have a good evening.